Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Steins Elite on Nintendo Switch. I am Okabe Rintaru. With the pain comes a torrent of emotions. Sorrow, longing, hope, joy. All of which threaten to wash away my psyche. However, only one thing matters. I sink my teeth into this fact.
今は13日の5時前か。
そうだけど。
Alright, time leap successful.
お前は天才だ。
何よいきなり気持ち悪いな。
I scramble for my phone.
Mayuri, 今どこに?
It went to voicemail?
Mayuri, 今すぐ俺に連絡をくれ。分かったな。今すぐだ。
I look at my watch again. It's just past 5 o'clock. Thank God for the time leap machine. It makes me shiver to imagine what would have happened without it. I have 2 hours until Monika kills Mayuri. Everything's going to be okay. That's plenty of time to escape. First, I'll meet up with Mayuri and leave Akiba. We can go to Ikebukuro. Ikebukuro? Wait. What if they're watching her house? Maybe we should hop the bullet train and get out of Tokyo entirely. Anyway, we're fine as long as Moika doesn't find her today. So first, I need to find Mayuri.
Okabe? 目が血走っちゃってるけど、どうしたの?
二人とも今すぐここから離れろ。
どういうこと?
I only have 13,000 yen and some change. Still, I do have some savings in my bank account. I'll need to stop by an ATM and withdraw everything I have.
何よ? また中二病? Okabe! どこ行くのよ? おい!
I run full speed to Yanabashi Shrine. I'm not good at exercise in the first place. Now I regret not borrowing Suzuha's bicycle. But no, there wasn't time for that. Finding Mayuri comes first. I run to the courtyard where I find Lukako standing alone with her bamboo broom.
Lukako!
Okabe-san. どうしたんです?
マユリはどこだ?
まゆりちゃんだったら、もう帰りましたけど。
帰った。
はい。後でまゆりちゃんにごめんなさいって伝えてくれませんか? 僕やっぱりどうしてもコスプレはできませんって断っちゃって。 まゆりちゃんを悲しませたくはなかったんですけど、やっぱり人前に出るのは恥ずかしくて。
I don't have time to listen to Lukaku's apologies.
マユリは帰ったんだな。
はい。
I know she comes to the lab around 6:30. It's still 5:15. No matter how slowly you walk, it shouldn't take more than 20 minutes to get to the lab. So what was she doing for the extra 40 minutes? We don't have time for this.
本当に帰ったのか。どこかへ寄るとは言っていなかったか。
いえ、聞いてませんけど。岡部さん、一体何が。
もしマユリがここに戻ってきたら、すぐに俺に電話するように伝えるんだ。
はい。
I'd better check the lab. We might have missed each other. When I get back to the lab, nobody's there but Daru. Did Kirisu go shopping by herself?
マユリは帰ってきてるか。いや。あいつどこへ。
Every minute, every second is precious. Each moment I waste brings me closer to Mayuri's death.
オカリンさ、さっきからなんでそんなピリピリしてるん？
マユリの居場所を知らないか。
だからルカシのところっしょ？
いなかった。帰った後だった。
じゃあ他のレイヤー仲間のところとか。
そのレイヤー仲間の連絡先を教えろ。
いや、知らんし。
Damn. It's easy to forget since she's usually here, but Mayuri and I rarely spend time together outside of the lab. May Queen and the shrine, that's about it. I have no idea where else she might go.
ああ、そういえば。
何か知っているのか。
携帯の電源が切れそうとか言ってたような気がする。
Yet another setback. Not only am I unable to contact her, she might not even notice my phone calls.
なあ、一体どうしたん？
なぜここに残っている。今すぐラボを離れろと言ったはずだ。
理由もなしにそんなこと言われてもわけわからんつうか。一体何が始まるんですみたいな。
マユリが殺される。
は？
セルンが本気を出してきたんだ。奴らは襲撃をかけてくる。だからお前は逃げろ。
え、マジ？
クリスと連絡を取れるか。あいつにもそう伝えるんだ。
なんでオカリンはそれを知ってるわけよ。まさか使ったん？
I nod gravely. I kicked Daru out of the lab and sent him home. He promised to call Kirisu for me and tell her to stay at her hotel, but a few minutes later she calls me directly and demands an explanation. It takes some effort, but I manage to convince her to do as I say. Now I just need to wait for Mayuri to get back. Mayuri returns to the lab at 6:30. That leaves about 20 minutes before Mooki's attack. The time loop machine doesn't matter. Moika can have it. My top priority is to prevent Mayuri's death. That's right. I forgot about Suzuha.
岡部倫太郎、そこで何してんの？
いや。
The way she moved during the attack was practically superhuman. Just who is she?
あ、わかっちゃった。今日宴会やるらしいから、その準備でしょ？
それを誰から聞いた？
椎名真由里、ぜひ来てねって言ってたよ。つうわけで、 私もお邪魔することに。
ダメだ。
もしかして私邪魔だった？
いや、
まあ私もラボ面にしてもらったとはいえ、所詮は部外者だしね。
そうじゃなくてだな。
んだよ岡部、うちのバイトも仲間に入れてやれ。おめえはこいつに借りがあるんだろ。
今日の宴会は中止だ。だからバイト選手よ、悪いが今日は帰ってくれ。
中止なの？
ああ、すまない。
岡部、何をしてんのかともかく、いざとなったら無茶だけはすんなよ。
まゆりと喧嘩をしましてね。ちょっと参ってるんです。それだけですよ。
That's the best lie I can manage. I checked the time on my phone. Mayuri should be returning about now. Ah,
ちょっとどうしたのよ。
I have no more time to spend chatting with Suzuha.
まゆり。
おかり。
Now that I've secured Mayuri, we need to get as far away from Akiba as we can.
おかり、そんなに急いでどこ行くの？
走れ、駅に行く。いいから走ってくれ。
I can't get the image of Mayuri's death out of my mind. I won't let them kill her. I won't.
どこ行くの？
そうだな。とりあえず筑波が横浜あたりに。
Everything will be fine once we make it on the train. I hold this thought in my mind as we run.
少しね、休んだ方がいいんじゃないかな。
No.
電車に乗るまでは走り続けろ。
でもね、おかりんすごい汗だよ。運動苦手なのにね、無理すると。
When we reach the station, I realize that something is wrong. The station is packed. Seriously packed. What's going on here? A protest? Some kind of street performance? That's right. Before the attack, the trains were stopped by a bomb threat. No wonder there are so many people standing around. How could I have been so stupid? In my haste to flee the city, I completely forgot.
どうしたんだろうね。
All of the train lines are stopped. We can't escape Akiba. But before we get more than a few steps, a man steps out of the crowd and blocks our way.
岡部倫太郎だな。
おかり、知り合い？
一緒に来てもらおうか。
誰だ
He doesn't answer.
抵抗するな、殺す。
セレンか。
He's with Moika? She must have planned for this in advance.
これだけ大勢の人がいる中で殺せるのか。
冗談だと思わない方がいい。
I feel something cold against my back. I don't realize what it is at first. Am I going to die here? Will my time leaping be for naught? No, I can't give up. The crowd at the station has grown even thicker. People are starting to argue at the station personnel, demanding to know when they can go home. And the people are starting to argue with the station personnel, demanding to know when they can go home. Oh, that was weird. The situation is quickly becoming chaotic. Some people are trying to get out of the station. Others are still showing up because they hadn't heard of the bomb threat, and others are still waiting for the operations to start again. The push and shove between all of them led to utter chaos. Suddenly, a fight breaks out nearby. It looks like some people are trying to shove their way through. This could be our chance. One person breaks out of the crowd and pushes between me and the man holding the gun as he makes a break for the exit. Now.
マユリ、逃げるぞ。
I grab Mayuri's hand and start running. We have to fight our way through the crowd, but that also thwarts our pursuers. Once we break through the human traffic, we start running as fast as we can away from Akihabara Station. But we can't return to the lab. Moika's group will be staging their attack shortly. Is the subway still running? If we get on the Seiichiro station, we can take the Ginza line to Shibuya. From there, we can grab a train heading out of Tokyo.
オカリン、どこに行くの？
Are they with CERN too? How many men do they have?
いいか、マユリ、お前の方が足が速いから。お前だけでも逃げろ。はぐれたら袋の騎士文字に行け。そこで。
I tried to stay there, but I'm silenced by a horrible sight.
どうなって。
The group from before is chasing us. We're surrounded by enemies. The familiar streets of Akiba are filled with agents of CERN.
あなたたちに逃げ場はないわ。私たちの仲間はすでに秋葉原中に散らばっている。
Is escaping impossible? Our enemy is a multinational conspiracy willing to kill anyone who gets in their way. No matter what, we must get away. Leading Mayuri by the hand, I jump the fence onto the road. Something strikes me with crushing force, sending me tumbling across the pavement. I grit my teeth against the pain and raise myself to my hands and knees. No response. Mayuri is motionless. This can't be happening. The car that ran us over, a white van, pulls up.
動きは止めたわ。
Her again. Did she know the exact moment she needed to be here? In order to run over poor Mayuri?
岡部君。いえ、岡部倫太郎は確保。警察に連絡して、椎名真由里が死んだ。
殺すんだ。
あなたが逃げるからよ。
Mustering my strength, I leap up and throw myself at Moika. She goes down hard. I hear her head smack against the pavement. I stand up and look around. Moika is dazed and unable to stand, but I see certain agents making their way towards us through the crowd. I've got to get out of here. I have to get back to the lab and time leap again. Fighting the pain of my broken leg, I managed to drag myself back to the lab. Surprisingly, CERN's men didn't chase me. Nobody's at the lab when I arrive. I remember to break into the Braun Tube workshop to turn on the 42-inch CRT. My vision is blurry. It's hard to focus. But still, I force myself to activate the X68000 and input the settings. They killed her again. I failed to protect her. I use the number 3 timer setting. Should I really use the machine?
当たり前だ。マユリが死んだんだぞ。
This can't be allowed to happen. I will save Mayuri, whatever it takes. What am I waiting for? The world bends, pulses, and then returns to normal. The pain of my wounds have vanished. It's like magic. I don't have a single injury on my body. They've been replaced with this piercing pain in my head. I fight back a wave of nausea and take stock of the situation. Another successful time leap. That makes 3. It looks like the time leap machine worked perfectly. I'm sure it would boost Kirisu's confidence if I told her. But that will have to wait until Mayuri's out of danger.
マユリは
大声出さないでよ。
マユリはどこだ。
いきなりなんぞ。マユシならルカシのところ行くって言ってたじゃん。
Damn, she already left? I should call or send a mail. I need to get in touch with her somehow. Mayuri went to see someone after leaving the shrine. The question is who? Think.
はい、漆原です。
ルカ子、俺だ。岡部だ。
え、岡部さん、どうしたんです？
そこにマユリはいるか。いたら代わってくれ。
あ、はい、ちょっと待ってくださいね。
Finally, I managed to get a hold of Mayuri. This will give us hours to spare.
お前今どこだ。柳林神社か。
そうだよ。
今からそっちに行く。いいか。絶対にそこから動くなよ。
なんで？
一体何の騒ぎ？
ダル、それに助手よ。二人とも今すぐここを出て、できるだけ秋葉から遠くに逃げろ。ただし、電車は絶対に使うなよ。
なんだと？
できれば普段行かないような場所に隠れて一晩過ごすんだ。分かったな。
一晩過ごすとか。つまり僕と牧瀬氏はラブホテルでハーハーするんですね。わかります。
黙ってろ変態。岡部、どういうことよ。
いいから言う通りにしてくれ。事情は後で話す。いいか、絶対に戻ってくるなよ。
I dash out of the lab, disregarding Kirisu and Daru's demands for an explanation. I was right to borrow Suzuha's bicycle. I arrive at the shrine far earlier than if I had run.
マユリ、
オカリン、もしかしてオカリンも援護に来てくれたの？
援護？
ルカちゃんにコスを着てもらうためのね、説得だよ。
まゆりちゃん、本当に無理だよ。僕恥ずかしくて絶対着られないから。
ねえオカリン、ルカちゃんを説得するいい方法何かないかな。マユシーにはルカちゃん攻略法がもう思いつきません。
僕本当に無理なんです。まゆりちゃん、ちっとも諦めてくれなくて。
I feel the telltale sting in the back of my nostrils. Tears well up in my eyes. I grit my teeth and resist the urge to cry. To see them talking, so happy and carefree. I thought that this peace would last forever. And yet...
すまない、二人とも。コスプレの話は後だ。マユリ、荷物を置け。ルカ子に預けるんだ。
どういうこと？
これから遠出する。
遠出？旅行かな？
え？旅行？二人で行くんですか？
そうだ。
I take off running, half dragging Mayuri along. I don't remember the exact time, but I should have at least 2 hours before the train stops moving. If we wanted to, we could even leave from Akiba Station. But that seems like a bad idea. Muika and her men might already be there. Oh, I see what the game is doing. That's pretty clever, actually. We should board from another station. Near Akiba, there's Ochanomizu, Shin Ochanomizu, Iwamoto-cho, Surya-cho, Waji-cho, and the Waji-cho stations. There's also Kanda and Okamichi stations a little farther away. If the plan is to head for Yokohama, the fastest way is to take the bullet train from Tokyo Station. To get to Tokyo Station without passing through Akihabara Station, we need to depart from either Kanda or Awaji-cho Station. We could walk to Tokyo Station in an hour, but I don't want to waste that much time.
オカリン、遠出ってどこ行くの？どうして急に？
俺たちはセルに命を狙われている。
どういうこと？
詳しい説明は後だ。とにかく秋葉を離れるんだ。
I decide on Awajicho Station and start running. If we can make it to Yasukuni Dori, the station's right there. But I freeze when I see a group of 6 men walking just ahead. Are they Moika's men? I don't know, but we can't take the chance. I pull Mayuri into a nearby alley. How many men does CERN have? When did these patrols start? I have no way of knowing. Damn, what should we do?
オカリン、マユシーはなんだか怖いよ。
The fear on Mayuri's face gives me my answer. I can't expose her to danger. We have to take the back roads. As long as we can get out of Akiba. There's no way of knowing where Cern's men could be.
隠れろ。
Several young men pass by. They're not particularly fit, and each of them is carrying a bag full of computer parts. I don't think they're the enemy, but I can't be sure. The only way to be safe is to treat every group of men as a potential threat. At this rate, it'll be night before we escape Akiba. Maybe we should just go for it and hope to get lucky. I look up the closest station with my phone. Ochinomizu and Suihirocho are about equidistant from our current position. Soichiro takes us near the lab, but Ochinomizu is on the same line as Akihabara. It might be affected by the bomb threat.
前よりしばらくここでじっとしていてくれ。
どこ行くの？
駅までの道に敵がいないか見てくる。
And while I'm at it, scout the streets between here and there. We'll need to take the shortest route if we want to get out of here.
マユシーは置いていかれたくないな。
すぐ戻る。30分しても戻らなかったら誰かに連絡を取って秋葉から離れろ。クリスか鈴葉あたりがいいだろう。
そんなこと言っちゃやだよ。絶対戻ってきてね。でないとマユシーは何が何だか。
分かった。絶対戻る。
I leave Mayuri behind and run to Ochinomizu's station. Wary of surrounding eyes, I scout the streets and decide that the back alleys of Kanda Mojin will give us the best chance of avoiding detection. Once we make it to the station, we'll just have to pray. I race back to the spot I left Mayuri.
前より
I call out to her when I reach the place where I left her. She's not there.
あいつ動くなって言ったのに。
At first, I assumed Mayuri just wandered off somewhere, like she often does, but then another possibility dawns on me. Could Cern's men have found her? If so, why would they have abducted her? I knew I shouldn't have left her alone. I should have stayed by her side no matter what. Still, I can't give up. I scour the neighborhood for Mayuri. But when I fail to find any trace of her, I return to the lab in despair. It's a mail from Moika. She's on her way here. When she says we need to talk, she probably means I'm going to kidnap you and take the time leap machine. Just as I'm about to delete the mail out of frustration, I notice there's an image attached. I swallow and open it. It's a scan of a foreign newspaper article. February 28, 1961. 50 years ago. It's not in English. I look at the picture.
ゼリーマン。
Wait. The picture is of a jellyman embedded in the wall of a house. Mayuri. A screeching fills my ears. Needles stab into my brain. I left immediately after seeing the photo. I couldn't accept it, not even for a second. In the 20 minutes I took my eyes off Mayuri, she was captured by Moga's men. They took her to France and stuck her in the LHC. They sent her through their unstable black hole 50 years into the past. It wasn't an experiment. It was just a warning, a threat. How could anyone do such a thing? Now that I've recovered slightly from the shock, I realize that Mayuri was probably still alive when Moika sent me that picture. A flight to France takes at least 12 hours, after all. It could even have been when her abductors were taking her to Narita Airport. Even so, her fate was already decided. Perhaps that 50-year-old newspaper article appeared out of thin air the instant they found her. Our enemies don't consider Mayuri human. I'm filled with rage. I won't let them have her. The clock shows 5:05 p.m. Not as much time left as I thought. Come to think of it, the time leap machine should be able to send me back to noon at least. I'll do that next time. A chill runs up my spine. What am I thinking? Next time? Have I already given up on saving her this time? I shake my head to clear it of negative thoughts. Judging by the time, Mayuri's already left the shrine. So I can't contact her until she gets back to the lab. All I can do is wait. Once again, the Braun Tube workshop closes early and Mayuri arrives just as Mr. Braun is leaving. There's no time to waste. We have to get out of Akihabara as quickly as possible. We run through Kanda Myojin's back streets to Ochamizu Station. Ochamizu? I don't know. But standing in front of it were a bunch of apparent hitmen. Change of plans. We turn around and head for the Shin Ochinomizu subway. We arrive at the station later than I intended. I don't usually come here, so I got lost. I stare nervously at the platform clock. According to the scrolling display, the Yamanote, Keihin, Tohoku, and Sobu lines have already suspended operations. Wait, it looks like the Chiyoda line has too. It must be protocol to assume that nearby stations may be threatened, even stations on unconnected lines. Damn. Mayuri hasn't said a word about my strange behavior. This is the third time I've let her on this escape, but each time she follows me without complaint. Does she really trust me that much? Maybe she can feel my desperation. That's why I want so badly to save her. We've been together for more than a decade. She's like a little sister to me. I'll leap as many times as it takes.
聞きたいこといっぱいあるけど、今は我慢しとくね。その代わり、終わったらね、全部聞かせてほしいです。
ああ、約束する。
That's right. While we wait for the train, I should ask Mayuri about her whereabouts today. If I have to leap again, I'll need all the information I can get.
お前、ルカ子に会った後はどこに行っていた？
吹雪ちゃんからメールがあってね、マユシーのコスにちょっと問題発生しちゃってたのです。糸がほつれてるところがあったんだ。それを直しに。
吹雪ちゃんというのはどこに住んでる？
住んでるっていうかね、今ちょうど UPX のスタベまで来てたのです。
So, that's where she was. Just then, an announcement plays over the PA system. The subway is resuming normal operations. Right now, Moika should be in Akihabara, heading to the lab. Everything is going to be alright. Another announcement. Our train is arriving. I can hear the rumbling and see the lights at the end of the tunnel. The roar of the train draws nearer and nearer. Mayuri and I are standing just behind the white line. I reach for her hand. But I guess there's no hurry now. I let my hand fall to my side, empty.
今日のパーティー
It's difficult to make her out over the rumbling.
中止になったけど絶対にいつかまゆりお姉ちゃん
Suddenly, Mayuri disappears. Eh? There she is, leaning over the tracks. She's off balance as if she stumbled or someone pushed her. She seems to hang there for a moment, and then the train comes screaming into the station. I hear an unusual sound from under the train. A sound that chilled me to the bone. Sparks fly as the train slams on its brakes. The people on the platform scream. I turn to where Mayuri was just a moment ago. There stands a familiar girl. The tiny form of an elementary schooler, an innocent face. A cute black rabbit's bag slung over her shoulder. Tenojune. Her eyes are wide. Her lips tremble.
私まゆりお姉ちゃん見つけてびっくりさせたくてわざとじゃわざと
She stares at me for a few more seconds, as if waiting for me to say something, then turns and runs away. She disappears into the direction of the exit staircase. The platform is in chaos. The PA informs us that there's been a personal injury accident. Nay is already gone. I don't go after her. Instead, I peek timidly through the gap between the train and the platform. One side of the track is a wash of red. My mind is blank. I can't think. I don't even remember how I got back to the lab. Moeka's group should have come and gone, but the time machine is still here. I guess I should be grateful. It takes longer than usual to set up the machine. For some reason, I have trouble recalling my own phone number. At last it's ready. Now, take me back. The leap occurs instantaneously. Titer claimed that his time machine takes 1 hour to subjective time to travel 10 years. I don't know if ours has the same behavior, but now is not the time to find out. 10 years. I have no business that far back. Besides, according to Kitasu, time looping too far into the past could cause mental disorders due to the gap between personality and memory.
ジューシー唐揚げナンバーワン
Mayuri is peeking into the refrigerator while singing her chicken song. I was right to come back 4 hours. But what the hell happened back there? Mayuri died again. This time it happened at Shin Ochanomizu Station, a place completely unrelated to the lab or the bomb threat. Tennoji Nai pushed her onto the tracks. Could Nai be working for CERN too? No, that can't be right. Nai has a habit of jumping on Mayuri and greeting. But why did she choose that precise moment? It's like fate is playing a cruel joke on us. Whatever the case, all that matters now is I have another chance. I need to act. I have the power to save Mairi. I'll do whatever it takes to find a way. This time we hail a taxi on Chuodori. It'll be expensive, but that hardly matters now. However, the traffic is unusually heavy. Alright, why don't we stop it there? This is Audap. You've been watching Steins Gate Elite on Nintendo Switch. Now we're at the point where we're trying to change fate itself. This is the Mairi ending, so there's multiple endings in this game. So we'll go through all of them in the order that people will most likely run into them. But this is not the true ending, just so you know. Thankfully, this game does have a skip feature, so it is aware of the dialogue that you've had, and we can skip right to the parts, or we can fast forward right to the parts where we need to make decisions and change the ending. So we'll definitely do that after we play this ending out. But I think a lot of people are going to be familiar with this set of events if they've if they watched the anime. But the ending is different, so so bear that in mind. But we'll do more as time goes on. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.